But you know, so a lot of moving in from our old office that was at my house, which was the size of literally from here to here, no joke about this big. Our office was literally the size of this area here. Did that for years running our company together.
Hey, what's up guys, Brian here. Hey, we're gonna jump into the video in just one quick second. Hang tight for 30 seconds, would ya? Want to say a big shout out and thank you to the tour shop sponsors, which are Equipment Defender, Steel, Cujo Yardware, and Yard Book. We're gonna talk a little bit more about Equipment Defender later on in this video. Hey, we're doing 8 shop tours throughout the whole country, showing all these guys' best equipment setups, shop setups, and everything they got going on. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this one with my man, Caleb Auman. This has been a 12-month culmination because we were down there a little bit over this same time last year, and all they had was the shell and the concrete. Today, it's a finished product for the most part. They got a few final touches they got to put on there, of course, but nonetheless, I'm super excited about what these guys are putting together. That being said, make sure you guys give Caleb Auman a follow on Instagram. Make sure you guys give their YouTube channel a follow, and then also hang tight halfway through the video. We're going to talk a little bit more about Equipment Defender. Super grateful and thankful for their sponsorship to make this happen. Guys, without further ado, let's jump into it and go down to Columbus, Ohio with my friends Caleb and Brittany Auman. Hey, what's going on, guys? All right, well, we are going to hop right on into it here. Super excited about another shop tour series for you guys. Thank you so much for all the support, by the way, as we've been doing these. All right, this one here, you guys are in for a special treat. We got the 1-year follow-up here, hanging with my man, Caleb Auman.
What's up, folks?
How we doing, bud?
Brian, it's another day. It's windy as can be out, so that's kind of throwing a wrench in plans here. But yeah, I'm happy to have you here. Thanks for coming, dude.
Absolutely. Well, always as always, thanks for the hospitality. Thanks for opening up the doors and showing us what you guys have going on. We were actually here a little under a year ago, and you guys might have saw that video that this whole place was just sticks and framed. It was just finished the shell, I think.
Yeah.
A lot has changed in a year.
Yeah, we went hard. Yeah, so when you're here, yeah, we just had to shell the building relatively complete, and then from there it was game on of getting the guts of it finished out. So, and then some outdoor exterior work. But yeah, it's been we kind of are just about 95-ish percent complete.
Okay.
A few little things to wrap up, a lot of cleaning, a lot of organization, as you're gonna see. So you can let me know in the comments how we should organize the place, but like, we're working there trying to figure out what benching and shelf systems and all that, but we're getting there. So yeah, we're getting there, Brian.
Here's what we're gonna do, hopefully, is do a quick little outside walkthrough. It is super, super windy. Real life, like we're trying to do the best we can here, but I do wanna cover the exterior for just a hot second, and then you wanna do a tour through the whole place?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so out on the front porch here, we wanted kind of that down home feel. We wanted that big like Cracker Barrel front porch. So we did the lean-to kind of extension here. We'll have some couches and stuff out here, outdoor furniture, things like that. Just super welcoming, super inviting. We wanted to get some really beautiful pavers down here, and they need a lot of cleaning, and still got to even get our joint sand in. A bunch of beautiful unilock pavers here. And then Britt and her mom did all the veneer on the front of the building. It's stone veneer, so super proud of them. They did a really awesome job. But the main thing is we just want, and with the whole property, we really wanted to throw down on this as far as like getting all the ergonomics, the best that we could, all the aesthetics as good as we, as good as we can. We're landscapers, so we are the finished product people, and so we want the place that we, represents our company to reflect that. Like I said, we're not there yet. We got a lot of work to do yet. This year, coming up in 2023, here is the year of external beautification. So we've got a pond to dig out front, big retaining wall to build, landscaping, other patios, display area, all sorts of stuff. So we've got a lot to do here, and our grass is even starting to grow. So I have to get some mowing tips and striping tips from Brian here on how to make the front look better. But we're real excited to see it coming along so far. Back inside here, back in the lobby, like we were talking, we wanted to again have lots of space. We wanted really wide walkways. Again, the ergonomic stuffs are very important. So as we came in, big, spacious lobby. And wide walkways, wide hallways, things like that, just super comfortable. This is our forever building, so we really wanted to do it right, and praise the Lord, we were able to get like most of what we were looking for in a building like this. So this is kind of some shared office space here. We're gonna have a salesman or designer office set up here, or maybe build upstairs down the road too. Our digital guy that works for us, Hunter, he does a lot of our video editing and Hardscape Academy editing stuff here. That's his setup. Of course, our bathroom. In here is the offices. So my office is a wreck, as you can imagine if you know us at all.
This is your office?
This is my office.
Oh,
yeah.
Mikasa, there you go.
Yeah, dude, I love it. This is one of my favorite places. I've got my desk there. Look, the east-facing window. You can look at all that beautiful ADS pipe all day. and then I got a beautiful white oak tree. That actually my grandpa, because of the history of the property, it's a long story, but my grandpa planted most of these trees around here actually, so like 40 years ago. So it's freaking wild that this kind of, never pictured our company being here, and here we are on this piece of land the way this worked out. But I get to look at these beautiful trees that we did some work, got them pruned out and cleaned up real nice, whatever. So I've got a lot of, we've just moved in here like a month and a half or two ago. I don't even know. Maybe it was longer now. I don't know. Everything's going so fast. But so a lot of moving in from our old office that was at my house, which was the size of literally from here to here, no joke, about this big, this here. And Brittany and I both, my wife, who couldn't be here today, one of our kids is sick, unfortunately, I really wanted her to be here. Our office was literally the size of this area here, and we had a long bench along the wall, and that's where we worked, and we did that for years running our company together. And so now we wanted a lot of room. To get this, I got to get other chairs and stuff in here. But the lady that got all the budget for the office renovation and build is my wife, and she took the time, got it pretty, and she'd probably tell you her office is a little bit of a wreck now. But this is where Miss Brittany works. For when working together is sometimes pretty horrible, and so these doors have only been shut. Whoa, these doors have only been shut once in anger. So
there you go.
So far right now we're okay, but
yeah,
those were some special doors Brittany wanted or whatever, but
yep.
only been closed once in anger, so that's cool. We're doing okay there. But anyways, that's this room here, in Brittany's office. It's really cool to have a place that we can focus now, and we're actually a lot more productive now that we have our own facility. It's really in our own offices. Just a quick thing on our mechanical room here. This is all our mechanicals back in here. We did in the shop area here, because this building is a 70 by 120 foot building. We did do radiant heated flooring in the office area. And in this whole build process, we had a handful of things that were non-negotiables, and heated flooring was one of them. We actually heat the entire offices with just that system there. We have natural gas here, so it's actually very, very cost effective. It's awesome. I literally can walk around here in my socks and be nice warm toesies. It's ridiculous, but one of the things with the mindset of this place we had was we're willing to put in like maybe cheaper windows and cheap doors and stuff like that to afford the upgrades of things we can never ever upgrade again. And that was our mindset. So 9-foot ceilings in here cost us like an extra 5% in the whole building, but we can never do that again. So again, we found some other ways to save money, to do these things, then we can upgrade doors and trim and stuff like that down the road if we want to. So that was our philosophy with a lot of things in the building here, be it the size of the building, whatever. I guess we'll hit podcast studio next. This is another dream to come to fruition since we've been doing this, like the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast and Kid Contractor podcast here, which is ours, but getting to build our own studio here for our for podcast, for content creation, for our own social channels and all that stuff. Like, we got a lot more sound deadening to do and all that. And Brian signed the wall here finally. He was on the podcast here personally. He's been on our podcast a while, but I think it's you right there, isn't it? Yeah. So, yep. Yeah, so we had all our guests do that. We got a lot more soundproofing and stuff like that to do, but we try to tie in, and Brian, tell me if I'm just getting too nitty gritty here. We try to tie in a lot of elements of, like, I'm a kind of a sentimental sap, I think, or I am. And so, like, some of this black walnut around these picture windows here, and that black walnut table here in the conference room, that's black walnut from family land that we have a friend with a sawmill, and actually I have a sawmill now too, that we trimmed up, and then Britt's uncle actually did a lot of the miter work and all that kind of stuff. Conference room here it's so cool to, and this is 20 years in the making, folks, too. I want to make sure that, like, you can do this kind of stuff too. It took me 20 years. It really should only have taken 10, but I'm not smart enough to make that happen in 10 years of going hard, But, we've got, whiteboards and TVs, and we've had meetings with clients in here. I can't believe actually how much this is a clincher deal maker for having clients here. It really is something. I can't believe. I knew it was going to make a difference, but it really is, like, really helps complete the picture of, like, our reputation, and then seeing our facility, I think, really helps us close work. But that's that big black walnut table. I'm just all about that. I just love that thing just dearly. So, but we have meetings in there. We have Hardscape Academy training. John Pajak does financial training stuff in here. We have 3 kids, so and they're going to be here a lot, and we want the kids to not resent or hate coming here. So we try to make this place as fun for them as we can be. So they're like, oh, I gotta go to the shop. I don't want to go to mom and dad's work. So they've got their own room that Brittany is going to yell at me for this. So please spare my life, Britt. But the kids, that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
Oh, kids being messy. Gosh darn it.
I know, right? Like, who would have thought? But the kids have TV and like their own puzzle stations and all sorts of stuff. We spend a lot of time here. And we want them to like coming here. And we don't want them to ever hate the company. I don't care if they take it over. I don't care if they ever have anything to do with landscape or hardscape or construction or anything. I want them to love what they do no matter what it is. But I don't want them to hate mom and dad's business because they just spent too much time here or we work too much here or whatever. And we try to balance that out. That takes time. That's a hard thing. But we've got a decent life balance right now. Our kitchenette, whatever the heck this thing is, break room for the guys. A thing of like my kid contractor dreams from 20 years ago to have a place where our guys could keep their lunches in the fridge, cook their own food if they wanted to, on a rain day, be in here, kind of discussing strategy, figure out what we're gonna do. I wanna put a big TV in here for weather that's always on. We're gonna put our Y wall here, so I want my guys to bring in, pictures of their family and like reminders like why they're working and why they're working so hard. And so we all know like we're all kind of working this whole thing together to feed our families. That's what we're doing here. So the Y wall is something I'm looking forward to getting in there. I have nicer kitchen cabinets and stuff in this place than I do in my own freaking house. It drives Brittany crazy. But a couple years, baby, we'll build our own place here.
There you go.
Then I don't even know how to go through my own shop. Try and pull the door open.
All right, guys. Well, hopefully you enjoy the vlog and the video so far. It is so cool to see the shop that Caleb is putting together. One of the most humble dudes I've ever met. And I'll tell you what, as he says in this video, a 20-year success overnight. I think is his joke, or a 15-year success overnight. Long story short, they've been contracting for 20 plus years. And you know what? Nothing like this comes overnight. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of hard work, a lot of planning to get something like this going and to get it built. That being said, one thing that does take a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of hard work to acquire is our equipment. And that being said, I want to say a big shout and thank you to Equipment Defender for sponsoring this spring shop tour series. If you guys need trailer racks that lock, if you guys need trailer rack and accessories for your shovels, your hand tools, your Timberline spools, and all that other fun stuff, I would encourage you guys to check out equipmentdefender.com. And you guys can use promo code Brian's10 to save 10% on the whole website for your guys' next trailer setup and trailer build. That being said, we just want to say a big thank you again to the spring shop tour sponsors, Equipment Defender, Steel, Yardbook, and Cujo Yardware for making this thing happen. Hey, without further ado, let's hop back into it with my friend Caleb Auman. If you guys are enjoying this thing, dude, smash that big thumbs up button. I super appreciate it. And leave a comment down below what's your favorite part about the shop, and leave an encouraging word for Caleb and Brittany Auman. I know they're going to be reading through all these as well, and I'm sure they're going to love that positive feedback. All right, guys, let's keep it going.
So coming out into the shop area, this is also another one of my big happy places here, the shop of my dreams. And again, all glory to God. Without him, this is not possible, despite some of my best efforts of crashing my first company years ago and all that stuff. Like, all glory to God. So this area is about 90 by 70, and then we have a loft over top of all the offices that we can build because we want to expand the companies to build offices and stuff like that. Again, huge thanks to Pap, Mark, my father-in-law. He's helped us so much with electrical and HVAC consulting and just helped us through this so much. So a big thanks to him being so instrumental in helping us get this place done right. So I can't say enough to that. And the rest of our logistics team. And when I say logistics team, you folks know who you are. Thank you. And our staff, Bo, Travis, Keith, Miss Brittany, all those guys. I can't, Brian, I gotta give the thanks, man, where it's due. And there's so many other people too I owe so much thanks to. Where do you want to go, Brian? You just want to roll through like tools and equipment and shelving, or what do you want to do, man?
Yeah, let's talk about what it looks like right now and then maybe where you plan to go with it. But sure. Give me some stats really quick. I think it's really helpful because this is a big room, just to pan this thing really quick. So it's 70 by 120 for the whole building. Right. But what do you guys have back here? And then what was the intention of building a little bit bigger shop than you needed?
Yeah, so this area ends up being down to what is here, 90 by 70. So 70 wide, 90 long, 18-foot sidewalls, and then scissor truss. That was another add-on, but we just wanted to get as much feel in here. Again, we're gonna be here forever, or a long time. And so we wanted this place to be the dream place, right? And so we got the scissor truss. We get like 21 feet in the center of the building, whatever. And so the way we're kind of envisioning it now, although it's kind of morphing, you know, everything's on paper, and then when you start really feeling the place out, it's starting to morph into a little bit different than we planned.
Okay.
Which is totally cool.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But like, we want this kind of be like general bay areas for like pulling a truck in with a trailer, even if we need to. Work on it, keep it out of the snow if we know we got to go out the next day and we're going to get a bunch of snow. So we got plenty of room to do that. That area is going to be like our building and workshop area, stuff like that. Welding, big workbenches, tools, all that kind of stuff. That's the idea there. This through here is going to be more of our HR and organizational stuff, schedule boards, stuff like that out here on the wall. And we'll really actually probably have giant TVs out here because it's going to be a live live job board on our estimating app and stuff that we use. So we'll have access to the attic, all that kind of stuff, or the loft up there eventually. Shop bathroom, again, another entrance way through there for all that stuff.
By the way, let me ask you this.
Yeah, dude.
Here, come over this way. Yeah, that way you're still in frame. But that's a huge extra area that you can expand to. You could put 10 offices up there.
Right, yeah.
Holy cow.
We plan on, ultimately, expanding and building out some offices. I'd like to put a pool table up there in a really cool, like, employee-like area or whatever.
Like a Google facility or something?
Yeah, I mean, literally. Like, if you've been to Greg Woodstock's place at Aquascape,
Awesome
Aqualand,
place.
whatever, like, that's the feel I want. I want the guys to love being here, and when they're here, love being here. So, we got a rain delay, go shoot some pole, whatever. I don't know, just we want it to be an awesome place to work. And other things too for more of our training things that we do with Hardscape Academy and all that kind of stuff. So we've got a lot of big vision stuff with that. So yeah, 2,100 square feet, again, bigger than my freaking house, up there just in the loft alone. So
that's so cool.
Lots and lots to do. If you, in the comments, let me know. I'll watch them here on Brian's channel. Shelving units, shelving styles, organizational stuff. I'm scrambling to figure out what I like, and I'm open to anything. So let me know or let us know. I would love to. Anybody's got experience or a great shelving system or kit or whatever, I'm all about. Because you can see what our methodology is now. Pile it on other stuff. That's our methodology now. So we got to get that fixed. Because like Mulder says, anytime spent looking for stuff is wasted time. And I'm finding myself having to dig through and find stuff. I got to fix that quick. Definitely that's going to be done by about the summertime. Again, just lots and lots of room. The idea is have lots of room to work on stuff, lots of room to keep things out of the weather, which I've never had. Our previous shop that I was at for like 15 years prior to this was a 15 foot by 40 foot bay that was like, 15 feet tall. So now we've got, which is hard, it's insane to think that most of the stuff we had somehow in that other building. I don't get it. Like, it's amazing, but it was all piled on top of itself. Back here we got our training area for the Hardscape Academy. It looked like a bomb went off, a Hardscape bomb exploded or something, but like we had a training yesterday and we literally just go through and talk fundamentals of construction of hardscapes, and that's all we focus on, and we build stuff and tear it down, take it apart, and we just ran through that. So that's a fun thing that we do here. We really planned on, one of the things, the reason we built the building so big was for the training area. We planned on about a third of it being related to like training and building and all that stuff. So that's what that's all around. Like I said, it looks like chaos, but when we're going through it, believe me, it all makes sense. So that's the Hardscape Academy training area we've got there. And now this is getting into like Auman Landscape, Auman Environmental organizational area here. And so one thing I will tell you is like this racking here that I found through some buddies of mine, this in any size shop you have is the way to go. And I wish to goodness that I had the foresight or thought process. I think it's about $3,000 per section here. Money well spent. I wish I had put it in my old place because again, we were doing all that kind of racking you saw back along the other wall. Everything's just piled on top of it. This right here makes you money. Organization makes you money. This time spent looking for stuff is wasted time. And now we've got everything kind of broken down. This is kind of our horticultural shelf here. So seed, weed preventers, mycorrhizae for plant health, grass seed again. Then this is our paver cleaning and sealing, chemicals and cleaners and sealers. Up there, some stuff that's not used a lot, so it's up high. This crazy thing right here is one of the best purchases for this place. Safer than a ladder, and the guys wheel it around and get what they want. It's way safer than a ladder, 100% the way to go.
It's so weird, like what builds your dream now in your 30s versus like what builds your dream when you just want to get your first zero turn or your first.
Like this was my dream.
Yes.
Whenever we bought this back in 2006, I don't know when we bought this thing. And then the one I had before this was really the dream, so it's so funny. Now it's like,
you have a ladder.
I love ladder.
I know.
It's crazy, dude.
Hey.
It's like the funniest little things.
If you guys have watched this far in the video, comment down below. I love ladders too.
love ladders,
That's how I know you guys have watched this far in the video, okay? But that like right there is building the dream, because I'm like, for all these guys that have a forklift or a high-low,
right?
I'm like, now I want to get a forklift more than I want to get a zero turn or something.
Yeah,
you know?
I can see the value in a forklift when you've got a facility like this. Like, holy cow. So yeah, the shelving organization is a big deal. Now, you know, we've got way more room to store like our poly sands. Back on that wall, everything is kind of zoned now. So the guys know, okay, concrete supplies and stuff like that is on that shelf in that wall over there. Horticultural stuff there, paver cleaning, that kind of stuff there, safety fence and all that junk there. Various hard or heavier construction tools there, generators, air pumps, all that kind of stuff. All through there, man. So then again, over here is more of our heavy stuff in plumbing. So we know all that area is all plumbing and water pumping and all that kind of stuff. I mean, this is just a dream come true. You know, as AC/DC says, a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. And man, it took 20 years, folks. And you can do this stuff. You can do it. I know you can do it. You just gotta work hard, be diligent, and keep paying attention to guys like Brian and all the other greats in the industry that are making smart moves. And I'm not saying we're doing that by any stretch, but like, I'm watching those guys, and man, that's had a huge influence in how we do things and how we're so much more efficient and effective than we used to be. So keep after it, and you can do it too. Set goals and go after them. But again, just all this, all sorts of supply, everything is just zoned. Everything's very, very well laid out. We still got a lot of organizational stuff to do. This is kind of like our daily consumables. This is like our general store, if you will. So, grease, antifreeze, just bar oil for chainsaws, toilet paper, I mean, you name it, PPE stuff, dog fence, gas line, marker stuff, like all that chain link repair kits, bee killer, it's getting that time of year, we need that marking paint, you name it. So everything that those guys are daily consumables, that's what's going on that bench there. Yard signs, Brian, you got a deal on yard signs going, don't you? So
Yep.
But like, the guys grab these things before they go out to job sites and put those up at every single job site. Branding, always branding, every job. It's the greatest thing. We hear clients say, hey, we've seen your signs out, we've seen that logo before. That's the idea. It's always branding, building reputation by design. That's our slogan, if you will. Mixed fuel tanks here. This is just our small fuel supply. We got mixed fuel in these things. The guys will fill up their sure cans and whatever else they've got going. All our tool racks here, although most of the trucks always have everything they need on them, but this is kind of our additional. We're not taking 3 shovels every day and putting out on a truck. That's tremendous waste of time. Like, we got away from that a long time ago when I started running the math on what it costs to have guys, even for 10 minutes a day, unload trucks with this kind of stuff. So all this stuff stays on the trucks. This is our additional inventory. Of course, for some maintenance, we don't do any mowing, no lawn care, no snow plowing. I've been in all that. I've done all that stuff. But this is kind of our basic rack here. We got deadheading shears or hedge only shears. So we've got them written on hedge only, deadhead. So this is stuff we're cutting down daylilies with, stuff that's going to make ground contact. These are kind of rough. These are supposed to stay nice and sharp. Those kind of things. Paddle brooms. This is my mower that I actually mow my house with. It needs a new throttle cable. Hopefully that's getting done. The Kubota and the old 843 Bobcat, that's my father-in-law's. It needs hydraulic lines repaired, which this, by the way, Brian, is the first winter in my 23 years of contracting that I'm not out in the winter on my back in the gravel changing oil. So,
amen to that.
Hallelujah.
Praise the
First
Lord.
time I did that this year. You know, the ironic thing, Brian, is I pull my truck in here. I rarely do my own oil changes anymore, but I wanted to do it. It's like symbolic, right? It's a big deal. It's a rite of passage almost, maybe. Back my truck in here, and the floors are brand new, and I'm kind of like, well, I don't want to spill oil on my brand new floor, and I literally almost put it back out in the gravel on my back, changing oil. It's like, well,
that's awesome.
You know what the heck? But then I was like, no, come to your senses, Caleb. This is what we got it for. So yeah, so now the 843 is leaking oil all over the place. I think we're going to talk machines in another video, Brian.
Yeah.
Right? So you'll see, we'll talk all machinery and all that kind of stuff. But we're huge on mobilization and effectively moving things. Again, like the stuff we do have to haul in and out of the shop every day, or for whatever reason, or job specific. I'm trying to make the guys and have the guys take these cages, put what they need in it in here, like a shopping trip almost, and then pick it up with the forks of the machine, set them on a truck, and then they're gone. And then same when they get on site. I'm amped up, Brian. Sorry, I'm freaking pumped. I love talking about this stuff.
That's
dude.
awesome.
But we take the forks, pick that up, pick it off trailer, and to take it around in the backyard with a truck instead of like 2 guys or 3 guys or 1 guy making 42 trips with all they can carry in 2 hands. So we're trying to mobilize stuff, and that's something I'm picking up from my buddy Jeremy Swihart. So next level thinking with that kind of stuff. Safety wall here. I've got a lot of comments on this. People love this because at a distance anywhere in the shop, you can see this red wall, so you know our first aid stuff, eye wash kit. We've got fire extinguishers everywhere, but you know, this is what we know. This is here temporary, but we're going to add some other stuff here, tourniquets, all sorts of things, as kind of like, even if you're blinded by something, you're stumbling around, hopefully we can see the red wall, and Lord willing, get to the care you need. And Lord willing, also, we don't have that. We've had a great safety record so far. Here we are. So just coming in and out, this is kind of our temporary HR area. We've got all the required posting stuff and all that over there. We've got a sales goal thing we're posting on the walls. We're ramping up to figure out how to keep the guys accountable for what we're producing, and also, you know, putting a carrot on the stick for them on that too, of like hitting goals, they win too. So if we win, you win too. Like Brian, one of my favorite things Brian's ever said was, who wins if you succeed? Well, there you go. We want to succeed so our guys win with us, and vice versa. So we're working on trying to keep that carrot on the stick, and that's one of the things we're going to be monitoring, those kind of things. So, you know, kind of full circle here back in the whole building. I've got to get electric door openers on yet. There's a few things we got to get wrapped up, but we're happy to be operating out of here. Then we got the whole outdoor yard where we've got our stones and gravels and mulch and all that kind of stuff, so we can load trucks and go in the morning instead of sending guys a half hour the wrong way to a supply yard to pick up a ton of stone or something. That right there, game changing. We've got big fuel tanks out there. Again, we are our own gas station now. Like it's again, like so many of those little things that we didn't have at our old facility. Easily the savings offset the increase from what we were paying in rent to now what our mortgage is. Just night and day of productivity. It never ceases to blow my mind how much more productive we are just in the last 8 months now. So yeah, Brian, it's awful exciting. Thank you for touring our shop.
Hey, before we cut it down, let me come in frame really quick for me. There's something on the ceiling that was one of your big ones that you wanted. What's that?
That is a giant fan, a big tail fan. So that thing moves a serious amount of air, dude.
Yeah.
It is wild how much air that thing moves. And so we did, one of the things we did do too at the building, we did spray foam. So I can't remember if it's open cell or closed cell. Fire code required us to cover it. Ironically enough, we can cover it with plywood, but it couldn't be, you know, we had to cover up the flammable thing with plywood for the lower part. And the reason we had firewood or plywood was stuff I've learned from other shop tours, like Brian's here, of guys doing that, because if you smash up that metal, it's more difficult to replace and fix than if you smash up wood or whatever. So that's why we went wood on all the lower extremities of the building, and also it's easier to fasten shelving and stuff to it. So that was the thought process there. But that fan moves some serious amount of wind, and I'm looking forward to it being just warm enough to need it, but not too hot to where it's uncomfortable in here. But we did do, oh, that was the thing on the insulation. We did go the extra mile and spray foam, had the whole building spray foamed, and that has been some of the best money we have spent. This shop is unheated out here, and the coldest it got in the coldest of winter here in Ohio was 45 degrees at the worst. Otherwise it hovers about 55 any given time with no help at all heat wise from anything. And we will have some heaters in here eventually, but that's down the road. We're gonna cash flow that portion of the install like by next year. So yeah, man, it's a wonderful space. I'm so grateful to God and all the folks that have helped us get here, and a lot of hard work, a lot of hard lessons. But it's doable, folks. You can do it. I know you can. Just gotta keep on it. Have a vision and a goal, like Brian always talks about.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for opening up. We're actually about to go podcast, do a little kind of business mindset about the whole shop tour. So if you guys want to check that, we'll leave a link in the description. But where can they find you, brother?
All our social channels, at Auman Landscape, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. We're there. Instagram's our main jam, building YouTube up, all that now. Kid Contractor Podcast, the Hardscape Academy, Together in the Trades that we co-host with the Fullertons. We're busy, folks. We got a lot going on, just like Brian.
Awesome, man. All right, brother. No, super great job. Appreciate you, and we'll catch up with you guys here soon.
Awesome. Thanks, folks.